At 2:17 a.m., September 8, 2025, a Russian Rapucha-class landing ship, 112 meters of Cold War steel, pushes through the black water. Its engines rumble, diesel fumes hanging in the night air. On deck, sailors smoke, laughing softly under the glare of floodlights. Inside the bridge, radar arms sweep in perfect rhythm. Sonar hums steady, nothing unusual. To the officers, the sea feels empty, secure. Theirs. But in that same darkness, something else moves. Just above the waves, a fiberglass shadow schemes the surface, no bigger than a jet ski, flat against the swell, almost invisible. Ukraine's homemade sea drone. Built in a garage. Hunting a warship worth $100 million. One question. Can a weapon cheaper than a used car cripple a $100 million Russian warship? Spoiler. The mission was a success. In this breakdown, you'll discover how asymmetric tactics flipped the balance of naval warfare. Why Russia's old warships are vulnerable in ways no admiral predicted. The shocking evolution of Ukraine's sea drones, from garage projects to fleet killers. This isn't just news. This is the new face of naval combat. Raw, asymmetric, rewriting the rules of engagement in real time. Subscribe for the intelligence brief you won't find anywhere else. The Rapucha was born for invasion. A steel beast meant to storm the shore, slam down its ramp, and disgorge tanks, troops, and firepower. But Cold War giants age badly. Its armor and guns were built to duel fleets, not to swat ghosts on the waterline. Against fast, disposable hunters, the Rapucha is a relic. Big, loud, predictable. And into that weakness slides Ukraine's sea drone. Small, faceless, almost invisible. A fiberglass phantom, carrying the kind of punch that doesn't just pierce steel, it pierces confidence. For 40 minutes, the drone simply stalks. It rides the swell, hugging the radar's blind edge while the ship goes about its business. The operator watches every frame on a battered laptop, infrared feed flickering, miles away, eyes glued to a pixelated silhouette. One wrong move, one unexpected ping, and the whole mission dies. To the crew on the Rapucha, the sea is empty. To the pilot, the hull fills the screen. $100 million warship, stalked by something built in a garage. At 1.2 kilometers out, the operator slams the throttle forward. The fiberglass drone shudders, its motor screaming as it cuts a jagged white wake across the black water. On the bridge, a blip finally appears on radar. Contact, bearing 240. Alarms pierce the silence. Crews scramble in controlled panic. Gunners spin barrels, loading, aiming, firing. At 800 meters, the AK-630s unleash tracer fire, arcs of molten metal slicing through the night. Explosions crash into the sea, but the drone is engineered for chaos. Its low profile schemes just above the wave crests. Radar returns scatter. Every shot overshoots, undershoots, misses by centimeters. At 400 meters, realization dawns. This is no driftwood. It's a precision killer, suicide-bound, and locked on their stern. In seconds, the distance collapses, the ocean becomes a chessboard, and every ounce of steel aboard the Rapucha faces an enemy born in a garage. By the time the crew comprehends the inevitability, it's already too late. 7 seconds out, the operator jerks the drone left, weaving between tracer fire. 5 seconds, crosshair locks on the stern, directly above the engine room. 3 seconds, manual control engaged, stabilization off. The camera shakes violently. 1 second, arming switch clicks. Then impact. A thunderclap rips the silence. Fire erupts from the stern, devouring steel and fuel. Shockwaves slam the hull. Secondary explosions ignite ammunition, ripping through compartments. The Rapucha lurches violently, tilts, then falls still, dead in the water. $100 million Predator, toppled by 50 kilos of carefully engineered destruction. On deck, chaos erupts. The engine room is gone. The ship's heart burns. It won't sink, but it won't sail either. The mission, landing troops on Crimea, is finished. $100 million of hardware erased by a weapon cheaper than a mid-range smartphone. This wasn't just a hit. It was a doctrine kill shot. Russia's Navy now knows, no ship is safe. This is the nightmare of asymmetric war. The battlefield shifts from tonnage and firepower to psychology and paranoia. At 2:17 a.m., the Rapucha was the predator. By 2:29, it was prey, crippled, burning, humiliated. Not by submarines. Not by fighter jets. But by a drone built in a garage with a GoPro eye and a warhead in its gut. This is the new face of naval combat. Cheap, clever, ruthless. And if you see the decoy in front of you, it means the real killer is already behind you. What happened to the Rapucha wasn't just tactics, it was physics and engineering colliding. A fiberglass hull rides lower, almost invisible to radar. Infrared signatures vanish against the sea's thermal noise. The drone's small propeller produces no cavitation trail, making sonar nearly useless. For the first time in naval history, destructive power isn't measured in tonnage, but in algorithms, composites, and signal discipline. And that changes everything. If you believe in fighting smart, smash that like button. Share this video to let the world see how Ukraine's ingenuity rewrites naval warfare. And subscribe for more exclusive briefings you won't find anywhere else. Every view, every share counts. Stand with Ukraine. This isn't a story about a fair fight. It's about a ghost. It's about how a tiny, homemade fiberglass drone, costing less than a used car, slipped past a fortress of radar and steel to cripple a $100 million Russian warship. For 40 minutes, the crew of the Rapucha-class landing ship felt safe, protected by their advanced systems, completely oblivious to the silent predator stalking them from the waves. They were the hunters. By the end of the night, they were the prey. This video is the second-by-second breakdown of that impossible ambush. You will be in the drone operator's seat, miles away, watching a pixelated silhouette on a laptop screen become a target. You will feel the tension as the drone makes its final, suicidal run, weaving through a firestorm of tracer bullets. And you will witness the moment of impact, the instant that ingenuity and courage nullified $100 million of military hardware. But this story leaves us with profound questions, and we want to hear your answers in the comments. What is true courage? Is it the bravery of the sailors on the warship, fighting a threat they can't see? Or is it the courage of the lone drone operator, hundreds of miles away, holding the fate of a multi-million-dollar operation in their hands? What was the most brilliant part of the plan? Was it the audacity of using a homemade drone? The patience of the 40-minute stalk? Or the final, pinpoint strike on the engine room? Tell us your tactical analysis. Is this the future? Are the days of massive, expensive warships numbered? Will future naval battles be won by swarms of cheap, intelligent drones?